Hello friends, it is Kelly back with another process video. I'll be doing a design team project for Cut to You using this Splish Splash cut file. This is going to be a mixed media layout, and I will show you the products that I'm using other than this awesome cut file. I'll be using these different products. They're all in shades of teal green and aqua. I've written the names. You can take a screenshot of these if you're interested in finding out more about them. So the first thing I'm going to do several different techniques, but right here I am using the Versamark Dazzle watermark stamp and applying that, and then I'm going to apply the embossing powder. This is from Nuvo. It is called Ocean Sparkle. So once I get that embossing powder on, I'm melting it with my heat tool. As you can see, that is a very old, well-loved heat tool. I've had it for years. You can't really tell because it's kind of the same color as the matte that I'm working on, but it's really sparkly and beautiful. You'll be able to see more of the sparkle in the end. But I'm not doing the same technique to all of these water droplets. I'm going to emboss a few, and then I'm going to do a few different techniques with the other water droplets. So I'm just showing you a couple of these, but I did about 4 or 5 of them like this. So next I am using the Peacock Feathers Distress ink, and I have wax paper down, and I just blot it onto the wax paper and then add some water to it for kind of a watercolor effect. And some of them I'm using the paintbrush, and some of them I'm just smushing around in the puddle. And I like both techniques. It gives it different looks, and that's kind of what I'm wanting. I'm wanting a real organic feeling, water drippage kind of feeling. So here I poured out way too much of my Heidi Swap Color Shine in Tropicana Teal. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm splattering some, I'm painting some, just giving them all a little bit different looks. And these are different shades of a similar color. So I love how these end up turning out. This is probably one of my favorite layouts I've done in a very long time. So here I'm showing you my Liquitex clear gesso, and I'm just going to apply that to this cut file. And that cut file was cut on American cardstock, textured cardstock, which is my favorite. So I could have used just regular. I didn't have to use clear. You could use just the normal gesso, and it would have worked just fine. And this also gives the cut file a little more stability. It gives it a little more strength, I feel like. And so I'm using these Pyron Daosh Neo water soluble crayons, and doing the same thing. I'm just applying them to the wax paper, adding a little water, and using them like a watercolor. I've had these in my stash for a very long time. I've kind of gotten away from doing mixed media, but after doing this layout, I had so much fun doing it that I'm probably going to go through another phase of where I want to do lots of mixed media. We'll see. I don't know if you're the same as I am, but I go through phases of things that I enjoy doing or that are inspiring to me, and then I get tired of them and I move on to something else. So I have tons of mixed media supplies, and I felt pretty happy with myself that I used some on this layout. And I'm just applying all the colors just kind of haphazardly. I'm not trying to cover it completely. I just want a real soft, splashy look, watercolor look, because this is, the picture I'm using is a pool picture. So I'm just kind of showing you how it's going to end up. That's what I'm going to end up doing, is putting them all back inside. So this is a really cool technique that I discovered. I just got the splash, the word splash. I took those and I am going to cover them in these Nuvo drops, which I'm just covering the entire letter, as you can see, in the Nuvo drops. And whenever it dries, it looks just like water. I mean, it turned out so cool. I love this effect. But I was just trying to think of different ways to use all these different products. And I found doing this, after I did it to a couple of the letters, like swirling in a circle, kind of, you get the best coverage. Like as you're applying it, swirl it in a circle. So here off camera, I stitched all of the water droplets. I hand stitched each one. That was a labor of love. It took me quite a while, but I absolutely love the way it turned out. I used 3 different colors of thread as well on these water droplets. So I'm going to adhere this down to the white cardstock base. And I won't make you watch me glue all of this, because it took a hot minute or two to get this covered in glue. So here I cut to where I had already got it glued down, and I'm going to start adding all of the water droplets back into the die cut. And right here is when I decide, oh, I think I need to put my picture down. And I end up having to pull things up that I had already glued, because I got so excited about putting it back together, I forgot to put my picture there, right where I wanted it. So luckily I didn't tear the letters or anything, and I really think that having that gesso on the die cut, or on this cut file, really helped it from not just being a complete mess. Because it gave it a little more stability. And so here I'm just adding it back down, adding more glue to get it stuck back down once I got my picture where I wanted it. I got real lucky with this that I didn't end up tearing the whole cut file up and having to start over. I would have cried because it took a while. So anyway, I'm getting all these water droplets added, and here in just a minute I will start adding the splash title. This is my grandson at the swimming pool. This was a picture that my daughter took of him, and I just thought it was a beautiful picture with his sweet little smile in the swimming pool. And it was the perfect picture for this layout in this cut file. So when you see the close-ups, you'll see the effect of the Nuvo drops on these letters. It turned out so cool. I highly recommend this product, especially if you're doing like summer layouts. That was the piece that I had cut off that didn't fit, and I was trying to make it fit, but there's really no place for it. I'm looking for the dot for the eye. I had lost it. And then I have these sequins and gems, and I'm just going to add little clusters of those around the page. I love these this set. It's actually from Tuesday Morning. I got these for like $2.99 or something like that, and there's a ton of them. But I love the little clear ones. They look like little water droplets. And how perfect for this layout. I'm not going to add much more to this layout. In a minute you will see the close-ups, and I will have added a couple of photo corners and a label with the date. And then I used this background paper. I wanted it to have a little more color around the edges, and this background paper is from Dear Lizzie, the Here and Now collection. It's called High Five, and that was the perfect touch. I felt like I loved the way that looked, the border. And I'm just going to distress my edges a little bit because I feel like I have to do this with every single layout. It doesn't feel finished to me unless I do that. So here are the close-ups, and you'll see I added the label there to the bottom right hand side, and just put the date in here. See how cool those letters turned out? It looks like waves, like water droplets. Anyway, that is all for today. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and go by and check out the Cut to You files. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and a comment, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I upload my next video. Thank you so much, and have an awesome day. Bye bye.